All right, this video is just a quick recap of mean, median, mode, and range. We talked about it earlier in the year, but it's been quite a while, and we're going to need these four things as we're kind of moving into our graphing unit. So we're going to do a quick little recap of them. Hopefully it should come back to you pretty quickly, and then we'll get a chance to put it into use. So in your notes, we're going to start on this first page, and we're going to start with our vocabulary again. So to find the mean, it's the sum. So that means we're going to add the data together divided by the number of pieces of data. So that means if there was 5 numbers, we're going to add all 5 of those numbers up, and then we're going to divide by 5. Think of it kind of like the balance. It's kind of balance between the highs and the lows and kind of find that happy medium in the middle. Then we have the median. The median is the middle. Okay? So the key is we got to put our numbers in order before we can find the middle. So that's going to be a key step as we're working through these problems, is we're going to have to make sure we're putting these numbers in order. But then the median is just the one in the middle. Or if there happens to be 2 of them in the middle, we're going to find the median, or the middle of those, or the average, or the middle of those 2 numbers. And I'll show you what that means here in a minute. Last 2 are kind of the easiest ones to find. The mode is the most. It's the term or terms that occur the most often. So when we put them all in order, we look to see which numbers occurred a whole bunch. Whichever one occurred the most in that whole list, that's going to be our mode. And then the last one is the range. That's going to be the difference between the highest and the lowest. So once we put them in order, we take the high minus the low. That gives us our range. All right, once you have that down, let's go ahead and put it into use. Hopefully this comes back to you quickly, and this is a nice quick review for you. So we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range for our set of data. The first thing we're going to do is put them in order. So from least to greatest. So I kind of like to cross them out as I go. So 14, 20, 21, 22, 29, 31, and 31. And then I always like to do it and double check. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers in my list. Especially as these lists get longer, it's easy to miss a number if we're not careful. So I'm going to knock out some of the easy ones first. The mode is the one that occurs the most. Well, in this case, 31 occurs the most. So that's going to be my mode. All right, had a little interruption there. Next, I'm going to do the range. That's your highest minus your lowest. So 31 minus 14. Okay, do a little subtracting. You can use your calculator as well, but that's going to give me a range of 17. There are 17 numbers between my highest and my lowest. Next, I'm going to do my median. So my median is my middle. So I like to do it. Sometimes I'll even do it with 2 pencils, but basically I'll just cross out one number on each end and then the next number on each end until I get down to only 1 or 2 numbers left. So 14 and 31, and then 20 and 31, and 21 and 20. My median is 22. Okay? And then my last step is my mean. And again, you can do these in whatever order you want. Okay? But the mean means add them up and then divide. In this case, we're going to divide by 7 because there's 7 numbers. So I'm going to do 14 plus 20 plus 21 plus 22 plus 29 plus 31 plus 31. And that's going to give me 168 divided by 7. And that gives me a mean of 24. Anytime you find the mean, I want to see, what'd you get when you added them all up? What'd you divide by? Then what did you get for your mean? So the 24 is kind of that happy medium between the high numbers of 31 and the low numbers of 14. Kind of that balance between those two. All right, let's do one more together. If you think you know how to do this, go ahead, hit pause, try them for yourself, and then hit play, and then see if your answers match up with mine. So my first step is I'm going to put them in order. My lowest number is 18, and then a 19, and a 19, And then I have a 20, a 21. Oh, I had 3 19s. Luckily I can just go like, oh, that would let me move those over. So I missed that other 19 in there. And then my 20 and 21. All right, and then I have 22, 25, 27, and 37. All right, this time I'm going to do my mean first. So I'm going to add them all up. So I have 18 plus 19 plus 19 plus 19 plus 20 plus 21 plus 22 plus 25 plus 27 plus 37. And I get 227. And then I'm going to divide by 10, because there are 10 numbers. And then we're going to see what we get for our answer. All right, sorry about that. 227 divided by 10 gives me 22.7 as my mean. Okay. Remember, the mean doesn't have to be one of those whole numbers. Sometimes it can be in between those two numbers. Okay. Then I'm going to find the mode, which number occurred the most. Well, I had 3 19s, so that would be my mode. My range is my high minus my low. 37 minus 18. A little subtracting, and I get 19 for my range. And then here's where we got to watch just a little bit, especially when there's an even number of terms. I'm going to cross out from either end, 19 and 27, 19 and 25, 19 and 22, but I'm left with 2 numbers left over. Okay? Remember from our definition of median, sometimes that happens. So when that happens, there are 2 ways to do it. Basically, we want to figure out what's the mean or the average of those 2 numbers. So we add them together, 20 plus 21, and then we divide it by 2, because there was 2 numbers being added, so we divide by the number of terms. Well, 20 plus 21 divided by 2 is 41 divided by 2. But another way to think about it is we just want what's in between 20 and 21. Well, what's in between 20 and 21? 20.5. And guess what we get if we do 20 plus 21 equals 41 divided by 2? We get 20.5. So for some of you, you might be able to look at those numbers and know what's right in between them. For others, you might have to go back and do that little bit of a calculation and figure out what that missing number is, what's in between those 2 numbers.